Good morning, students. In previous lecture, we see how to represent the graph in term of matrix. Now, in this lecture, we see how to draw the graph with the help of matrix. Okay, so we consider one example. Draw the graph represented by adjacency matrix. That is, we have given the adjacency matrix and we have to draw the graph with the help of that adjacency matrix. Okay, here the adjacency matrix A of G. Here there are four number of rows in that matrix and four vertical columns, means this matrix A of G contains four rows and four columns, means that there are four vertices in that graph G. Okay, the graph G contains four vertices. Okay, now this is our graph. How this graph drawn? That is, now look at the figure and this matrix. Okay, in this matrix there is no edge between V1 and V1. Here 0 says that there is no edge between V1 and V1. So in the graph we cannot draw any self loop. Here there is number of edges between V1 and V2 is equal to 2. Number of edges between V1 and V2 is equal to 2. That is, we have to draw two edges in between V1 and V2. This is first edge and this is our second edge. V1 and V2. There are two edges between V1 and V2. Then this one represent there is a edge between V1 and V3. So we can draw the edge between V1 and V3. So there is a edge between V1 and V4. There is a edge between V1 and V4. So we draw here the edge V1 to V4. Now there are number of edges edge between V2 and V1 is equal to 2. V2 to V1. Okay, there are two edges V2 and V1. Okay, we are already draw these edges. There is no edge between V2 and V2. Number of edges in V2 and V3 is equal to 2. Number of edge between V2 and V3. So this is our first edge. This one is our second edge. There is edge between V2 and V3. There are two edges. Now there are edges between V2 and V4 is 1. V2 and V4. V2 and V4. There is a edge V2 and V4. Okay. Now there is a edge between V3 and V1. Number of edges is 1. There is only one edge between V3 and V1. Already drawn this edge. Number of edges between V3 and V2 is 2. Okay, V3 and V2. There are two edges. Number of edges between V3 and V3 is 1. So there is a self loop here. V3 to V3 is the self loop. And V3 to V4. There is no edge between V3 and V4. Now there is a edge between V4 and V1. Yes, we already draw this edge V4 to V1. There is edge between V4 and V2. V4 and V2. There is no edge between V4 and V3. V4 and V3 there is no edge. And V4 to V4 is the edge. That is a self loop. Start and end point is same. So this is our graph. Okay. We draw this graph with the help of this adjacency matrix. So we draw the matrix, draw the graph with the help of matrix, and with the help of graph we can represent the graph in the form of matrix. This matrix is called as adjacency matrix. Okay. Now find adjacency matrix of the following example or following graph. We see the another example here. Here A of G, that is adjacency matrix. Here there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 number of columns and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 number of rows in that graph. That means here there are 5 vertices in that graph. Okay, so naming that columns and row V1 to V5. Here also V1 to V5. This is very helpful to draw the graph. Now here there are 4 vertices V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5. Okay. Now We draw the graph step by step. Now look at the figure. There is no edge between V1 and V1. Number of edges between V1 and V2 are 2. We have to draw 2 edges between the vertices V1 and V2. Okay. So there are 2 edges between V1 and V2. Now there are 1 edge between V1 and V3. Now there is an edge between V1 to V3. Here is the vertex V3. Now there is 1 edge between 2 edges between V1 and V4. There are 2 edges between V1 and V4, and there is no edge between V1 and V5. Okay. Now consider V2. There is 2 edges between V2 and V1. Okay, we have already done this. V2 and V1, there are 2 edges. There is no edge between V2 to V2, and this one represents there is edge between V2 and V3. There is edge between V2 and V3. Now V2 to V4, there are 2 edges. V2 to V4, there are 2 edges. V2 to V4. Okay, V2 to V5, 1 edge. V2 to V5, 1 edge. Now consider the vertex V3 vertically. There is edge between V3 to V1. There is edge between V3 to V1. Okay. Now there is edge between V3 to V2. V3 to V2. There is a edge. There is edge between V3 to V4. There is edge between V3 to V4. And there is no edge between V3 to V5. Okay. Now consider V4. There is a number of edges between V4 and V1. V4 and V1. There are 2 edges. V4 to V2, 2 edges. V4 to V2, 2 edges. V4 to V3, V4 to V3, 1 edge. V4 to V4, no edge. And V4 to V5, there is a 1 edge between V4 to V5. Now consider vertex V5. There is no edge between V5 to V1. There is an edge between V5 to V2. V5 to V2. There is an edge. And there is an edge between V5 to V4. V5 to V4. So this is our graph. Okay. Now I think you are clear the idea about the adjacency matrix of the graph. How to draw the matrix with the help of graph and how to draw the graph using the matrix. This is very important example. Thank you.